Hi, everybody. Thank you for your time today. I really appreciate you turning up. We've got a really great presentation, fairly technical from Javi. We're doing a talk here on the F1 playbook for AI-assisted engineering. Before I begin, just a quick introduction to myself. I'm Mike. I'm the CEO and founder of Quix. So I started my career as a mechanical engineer before joining the McLaren group. First, actually, mechanical engineering in McLaren Automotive. And then I joined McLaren Applied Technologies at the same time that my co-founder and CTO Thomas joined. Um, that was 2017, and through that period, we were really working on a lot of data systems that are used in Formula One. We started Quix in 2020 in order to build a telemetry analytics data platform, largely with the mindset of enabling engineers to access, query, use, analyze data. Um, and for the last now 6 years, we've been working quite heavily in Formula One. We have a number of Formula One team customers. We have a number of industrial customers. And of course, since the ChatGPT moment in what was that, 2023, we've been working a lot more on AI. And Javi, do you want to give yourself a quick intro?
Yeah, I'm Javi. I'm Javier Blanco. I'm lead solutions engineer at Quix. Yeah, I help customers like those you've named work with their AI integration, with their assisted engineering, and that's what we are going to talk about today.
Fantastic. Okay, let's go. So, something we wanted to get across, we observe, and because we're following the market a lot, there's a large amount of advice out there about how to use Claude or ChatGPT to develop applications. But really, much of this is about coding, and we kind of believe that coding does not equal engineering. So a lot of you on this call, you're going to be various domain engineers, mechanical engineers, if you're doing CFD or structures or electronics or control systems, maybe some different systems as well. Engineering really is about applied physics and achieving outcomes. Coding, of course, plays a part in that. So we have to write scripts, we have to query data. Um, but the kind of body of knowledge on the internet doesn't really have a lot to say about how to apply AI to engineering outcomes. And that's what we aim to resolve here. And so a little bit of background on why we wanted to put this together. We've, as previously mentioned, been working in F1 for a number of years. So we see we have a view, a lens on what state-of-the-art engineering looks like, and it's increasingly being assisted by AI. And of course, there are still some limitations in how far that is actually being taken. But we see a lot of the tips and techniques that are being used every day in Formula One teams. Um, we are really kind of working with some frontier practitioners. We see and also judging between what we hear, when you're watching maybe a Claude Code video on the internet, you're seeing a lot of like insights and principles reaching like real people. But the landscape is incredibly messy. So there's a lot of practices, best practices, tips and techniques which shift and change very quickly. And we'd like to bring you some of the latest practices that we are applying in our work and that we see with the F1 teams. And then the final thing is we're also building an agentic AI system. We're launching it in the end of June. I think the messaging is already up on the website, Agentic AI for hardware engineering. But we're working very closely with early adopters of a platform which is already out in the market in beta. We're getting a lot of feedback from users. They're struggling with various things. They're pushing back on kind of workflows that maybe we're implementing, and we're resolving them very quickly. So again, the whole AI market's moving very, very quickly, and we'd like to bring you like a latest snapshot of what we're doing. And so the way we're going to really present this to you is a ladder. There's five rungs. So at the bottom, there's a chatbot. I guess all of us are familiar with using an assistant. I mean, I think I have Claude and OpenAI on my desktop. But working with a chatbot and kind of uploading a file and asking it to analyze data is one thing. And then it gets more and more complicated, and there's more techniques you can do. So Javi is going to talk us through the levels, and he's going to take over from here and guide us through the rest of the presentation. So Javi, over to you.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, we are gonna go up this ladder throughout the presentation. We'll see what it means technically to be in each of these stages and how it helps solves problems. But as Mike stated, the difference between what we want to present today and typical advice that you find online is that we are focusing on AI assisted engineering and not coding. So, in order to show you that how all these techniques uh, can improve your engineering at the end of the process, I'm gonna present you with a little engineering challenge that we're gonna be solving today in different ways.